What's up, y'all? Lawrence from Align to Grind, and in this video, I want to go over my complete nutrition strategy for whether you want to lose weight, gain weight, or just maintain weight. I'm going to walk you through kind of every step of the process of how to pick your meals, how to make your meals in the right quantities, what I use for my own meal prep, and how I kind of go through my entire process. Now, this is the exact strategy that I've been using for years. It's what's kept me, whenever I want to lose weight, I use this. When I want to gain weight, like I'm doing right now, I use this as well. And I want to walk you guys through it so that you can use it for yourself, so you never have to worry about what you're eating, how much you're eating, and whether or not you're going to hit your goals. At the end of the day, losing weight and gaining weight is pretty much a science. And it comes down to pretty much whether you're in a calorie deficit or in a calorie surplus, or if you're maintaining, you're right around your actual maintenance calories. And that's what I want to show you guys here today. So I'm going to walk you through my entire process. Then I'm going to take you to the kitchen where I'm going to show you how I make a few of my meals. I'm not going to show you the entire meal prep. That takes a couple of hours. And I don't actually do it anymore anyways. I only do meal prepping for a few days a week. And then sometimes I order food that gets delivered. But I want to walk you through how I actually kind of portion my meals based on what I know about how much I need to eat. That's carbs, protein, and fats. And then at the same time, you guys can take this information and use it for your own meal prep as well. Whether you want to meal prep for a couple of days, an entire week like I used to, whatever you guys want to do, or if you want to order food out and you want to get food delivered, you'll be able to calculate exactly how much you need to eat so that you know you can hit your goal every single day. So without further ado, let's get right into it. There's basically 3 to 4 main steps of the process, whether you want to lose weight or gain weight. In this example, I'm going to go through is basically losing weight. But again, if you want to gain weight or just maintain, it's the exact same process. All you're going to do is tweak the numbers. But the first step is figuring out how much you need to eat. So again, if you want to lose weight, you're going to be in a calorie deficit. If you want to gain weight, you're going to be in a calorie surplus. And if you want to maintain, you're going to be right at your maintenance, right? Step number 2 is going to be actually figuring out what foods you want to eat to actually hit those macros and that calorie count. Now, again, whether you want to actually meal prep yourself, so you're going to go buy all the foods, bring them back to your house, cook them, that kind of thing, or you want to order out, you want to make or use a meal prep service like Factor Meals or something like that. I used to use Territory for like 2 years on and off. It was a great service. But whether you want to do that or you just want to kind of order meals here and there and you want to meal prep some, it does not matter. At the end of the day, your goal is to figure out how much you need to eat, figure out the foods you want to eat to actually hit those macros and those calories, and then you're going to basically figure out how to get them. So in this, I'm going to walk you through that entire process. Well, step number 1, figuring out how much you need to eat. So for this, I'm actually going to be using my iPad right here, and I'll actually bring this up on the screen. All right, so I like to use this company called Chalk Performance. Chalk Performance is run by a guy named Ryan Fisher, and he does a lot of different, he actually has, I believe, a CrossFit studio somewhere. Really awesome guy, has a lot of awesome training programs and workouts and all that kind of stuff. I've used this stuff for a while now. Just a very good trusted resource. So if you go to chalk.training/tools/TDEE/standard, you're going to come up with this TDE calculator. Now, TDE stands for Total Daily Energy Expenditure, and that is basically the kind of average amount of energy, calories, aka, that you burn per day. Now, it's just an estimate. Everyone's going to be a little bit different, so you do have to tweak this a little bit, but this is a very, very good start. It's based on some mathematical equation down here, the Mifflin-St. Jeor equation. But basically, you can use these calculators. You can go on google.com and just type in TDE calculator. You're going to come up with a bunch of them, but I like Chalk Training. It's a trusted source. So come in here, put in male, put in your weight, 210 for me. I'm 6'4", and I'm about to turn 35. So the next thing you want to do is pick your activity level. Now, for the average person who kind of works 9 to 5, sedentary life, doesn't really move that much, maybe go to the gym a couple times a week, but you're not like running every day, doing CrossFit every day, anything like that, anything crazy. Most likely you're in the light category for activity level. But for myself, I'm probably around that moderate. I do have 2 dogs. I take a couple walks per day. I work out 3 to 4 times a week minimum. And I generally stay pretty active, even though I do kind of sit at my desk for the majority of the day. But I'm in the moderate category. So for me, 3,083. That's what my average day, my caloric burn per day is on average. Now, come your daily goals. So if you want to be in a cut, aka you want to lose weight, you click cut. If you want to maintain, click maintain. If you want to bulk, like I'm right now, you want to be in a bulk, or click bulk, then bulk is a lean bulk, and bulk is just more calories in the bulk. But for all intents and purposes, we're going to use this cut. So what this means is I want to be looking at eating through 2,312 calories per day. Now, this again is just an estimate. It's a starting point. So if I eat 2,300 calories a day and I'm still not losing weight, all I'm going to do is just lower my calories by 200 or 300 calories and see what happens after a couple of weeks. So it's just a good starting point, but this is a great way to get the amount of calories you need to consume and start here, right? So we're going to use this 2312 number, and we're going to go from there. Now, the next step is going to be picking the foods you like that are healthy and whole foods. Now, you're always going to be able to leave some room for a cheat meal here and there if you like to do cheat meals, or if you like to just have like a little bit of snacks that maybe are processed. Again, processed food is not the end of the world if you do eat some, but the whole goal here is you want to be very healthy, is you want to eat whole food as much as possible. And as much as possible generally equates to about 80 to 90% of the calories you consume per day and kind of per week should be from whole foods. Now, I created my own nutrition protocol or nutrition strategy that I'm going to pull up in a second. And it basically lists out a bunch of foods in the proteins, fats, and carbohydrates category of what to eat. Now, it's not an all-encompassing list. It is basically just a list that I put together based on a lot of foods that I like, a lot of my clients like, and just generally kind of good foods that are very common to find. I do eat a lot of meat, so if you're a vegetarian, obviously you want to expand the list of vegetables you want to eat. If you're a vegan, do what you got to do on the vegan side. But for me, I like to eat a lot of meat. It's the best source of protein overall. So what I'm about to pull up now, you'll see is a list of foods, and we'll go from there. All right, so this is I call it the Transformation Blueprint Nutrition Strategy, because basically this is the blueprint to how to lose weight or transform your body. Whether you want to lose weight, gain weight, maintain, does not matter. Now, the first part, you can skip all that, but here's the basically breakdown of proteins, fats, and carbs. Now, again, this is not an all-encompassing list, so if you see something on here, or you don't see something on here that you like that is a whole food, by all means, go for it. This is just a great list. If you stick to this, it's got a lot of great stuff, and you will feel great and look great. So proteins, you can come here. I'll have a link to this document below, so if you want a copy of it, you can just click that link and download it yourself. But basically for proteins, lean ground beef, steak, bison, lamb, eggs, chicken breast, different types of fish, Greek yogurt, whey protein supplements. Those are also great. For fats, you got your beef tallow, grass-fed butter, your oils, raw dairy as well. I don't really do much dairy, but I do like raw cheese on my eggs sometimes. And then for carbs, you have your berries, your fruits, then it's your white rice, brown rice, jasmine rice, potatoes, honey. I don't eat all these things. This is just a list that I think is, comes as a lot of good stuff. And then for veggies, again, I'm not someone that likes to say, oh, veggies are going to kill you. You can eat some veggies if you want to. But here's a list of some good ones to eat there. Now, it also has things to avoid. So basically all of the seed oils and processed sugars. Gluten, again, is not a bad thing if you're not gluten tolerant, but generally people feel better when you don't eat gluten. When I don't eat gluten, I feel better. So there must be something to it, even though I don't have an intolerance to it. But just try to stay away from the oils as much as possible. Now, this part is very, very hard because if you go to any sort of supermarket and you look at the packaging, 98%, if not more, of the foods, and this is including when you go to like Whole Foods and you try to get the healthy stuff, have some sort of processed canola, corn, sunflower, safflower, cottonseed, rapeseed. Like there's oils everywhere. Now, again, in very small amounts, it's not really going to do anything to you. But if you're trying to stay away from it, just be cautious of the food you get, because sometimes this will be like the second ingredient or third ingredient, and you definitely don't want that. And then next is supplements. I don't really take many supplements. I probably should take more, but here's a few right there. I have a link right here to my meal prep calculator. Then I have a little bit on snacking. Again, I'm not going to go into this right now, but I have some snack ideas right here, like yogurt and honey, or fruit, or boiled eggs, jerky, mixed nuts, that kind of thing. Snacks to avoid. And then I have a little bit about water. Water is a big thing right here that a lot of people don't drink enough water and they don't realize it. It is very important for fat loss, also just for general health. Your body needs water, so everyone can probably try to drink more water. But using the sheet, basically you pick the different foods that you want. Now, after using the sheet to pick the foods you want, the next step is going to be taking this and then figuring out what your meal prep strategy is going to be. Now, if you're going to order your foods from a meal prep delivery service, like say Factor Meals or Territory, then basically what you're going to do is look at the nutrition content of each meal and try to match it up to the macros that we figured out before on the Chalk Performance Training, right? So if you're going to order, say 2 meals a day, just try to make it so that those 2 meals plus the other meal that you make or you get on your way, usually breakfast is a meal that people make, and then lunch and dinner people order. That's what I used to do a lot. I'd make my own breakfast, and then lunch and dinner I'd order, and any snacks I'd kind of pick up along the way or get at a supermarket. If you're going to do that, just make sure that all combined, you're eating the right amount of calories. Now, a lot of these meal prep services, actually, the meals are kind of like between like 400 and 600 calories per meal. Now, if you're a female trying to lose weight, that's probably going to be good because you figure if you have a breakfast for 300 to 400 calories, then you have 2 500-calorie meals, you're at like 1,500 calories. Add in a small stack, you're at 16, 17, and you're going to be losing weight, right? Now, if you're a male and you need to eat like, say, 2,300 calories, which is what to be in a cut, we need to eat about 2,300 calories. than eating two, ordering my meals from, say, a meal prep service that's each meal is like 500 or 600 calories, and then my breakfast. I'm still going to need to consume a lot more after that, right? For this example, I'm going to be showing my meal prep calculator that I've made many years ago that I've been using literally for the last 5 or 7 years. Whenever I want to kind of tweak what I'm eating, whether I want to lose weight, gain weight, whatever it is, this is what I use, right? So I kind of modified it a little bit to make it look a little better, but overall, all it does is basically allow you to put in the foods you want to eat per day in different meals, whether you want to do 2 meals, 3 meals, 4 or 5, whatever it is, and kind of fool around with the amounts so that you can see how many calories you're eating, also your macro breakdown. So you can actually modify the proteins, carbs, and fats pretty easily to get the perfect meal plan, right? So for me, actually, in this example, my meal plan is set to, I believe, my kind of bulk. So around 3,300 calories is what I want to be to bulk. Now, I'm not doing this to an exact science right now because my knee is still in recovery. So I'm not kind of doing CrossFit and really being strict in this right now. But basically, this is what I eat per day. As you'll see, to get to 3,141 calories, I need to eat all this stuff per day. So my meals are pretty much the same each day, which for me works out. For a lot of people, hey, may not be the best for you, but for me, I like to eat the same thing because I know what I feel like. It makes me feel great. It makes me look great. And I'm okay eating the same thing. And when I get kind of tired of it, all I do is come in here, change it up a little bit, and I'm good. So breakfast, I'm basically eating ground beef and eggs. Then I have ground beef and jasmine rice. Then I usually have some yogurt. Then we have this pasta bolognese that we eat as well. That's this actually in this video. I'm going to show you later how I make that. And then also a lot of ground turkey, usually with some rice or broccoli or something like that as well. Now again, so this to show you how I can modify this, right? So if we look over here at 3,141 calories, and then my proteins at 295, carbs 186, fat 133. Now this shows you down here in the delta, which is the difference, about 219 calories below my goal. Now that means I'm at above 16 calories 16 grams of protein, above 18 for carbs, but I'm below my fats by about 17. Now, really the only thing that matters when it comes to weight loss is going to be making sure that you're eating the right amount of calories and then your proteins the right amount as well. Protein is the most important macronutrient because it allows you to keep your muscles. You don't want to lose muscle while you're losing weight. You want to maintain your muscle, if not gain some muscle, while you lose fat, which is what you want to do. When people say lose weight, what they mean is they want to lose fat. No one wants to just lose weight and just deteriorate and get small. You want to lose fat while either maintaining or building muscle, which is why working out and doing some resistance training while you're losing weight is very important. However, if you want to just start losing weight by eating better and then add the kind of the gym later, by all means, go for it as well. To me, it's a little easier that way too. But as you see here, if I wanted to say get to my 3,360 calories, I can come in here and just say, let's see, maybe I want to do, I'm on an iPad right now, but maybe I want to do 14 grams of that. So I'll come in here, I'll edit that, I'll say 14 grams, 14 ounces, excuse me. Now I'm at 3,225. And then let's say I just do 3 eggs instead of 2 eggs. So I'll come here, I'll do 3. And then for ground beef, I'm going to do, let's say I'll do 14. All right, so as you see over here now, I'll zoom in over here. Now I'm actually above that by 37 calories. But as you can see, it's very simple for me to come in here and just modify what I want to eat. If I want to take a meal out or whatever it is, I can do that on the iPad. It's a little bit more confusing. On the computer, it's a lot easier. But this allows me to see what I want to eat. So again, and then this video I'm about to show you next is going to be me in the kitchen actually breaking down 2 of the meals, my turkey meal, which is this turkey and rice. And I don't know if I think I might have peas in as well. And then the next one is the turkey pasta bolognese. Now the turkey pasta bolognese is delicious in my opinion. It tastes a lot like beef, but it's turkey, so it's a little bit more lean. And then of course it's brown rice pasta, so you still get some pasta, a little bit healthier. I'm sure people out there are gonna say, oh, it's still bad, it's pasta, yada yada. I feel a lot better after eating this than I do normal pasta, so it is what it is. And with that, you'll see me also measure out using a food scale how to actually get it in the right quantities like is on this sheet as well. So if you were to use this, you would basically figure out how many meals and what you want to eat per meal to hit your macros, and then you basically go make the meals using the same exact kind of routine that I'm about to show you now in this next little clip. Now, before I move to that next clip, I also want to show you how you could use ChatGPT to basically pick a meal or figure out the meals you want to eat. So for those of you who don't know what ChatGPT is, it is the new AI. If you haven't heard about it, you're probably living under a rock, but it's super easy to use. It does take a little tweaking sometimes, but I'm gonna show you right here kind of how to use it to Take some foods you like. So if you're using my meal prep, so if you're using my nutrition strategy doc and you wanted to pick out a few different proteins and carbs and fats and then figure out, okay, what can I make with this? You can use ChatGPT to not only give you some meal ideas, but also to basically figure out the quantities you need to eat with it as well. So let me pull that up right now. All right, so let's just pretend I want to do a meal with chicken, broccoli, and rice. Let's just keep it easy. I know this is the meal that everyone hates because it sounds boring as hell, but this is what we're gonna do. Now, let's say we want to make this a 700 calorie meal with about 40 grams of protein, and then the rest, can be okay. So I'm gonna say, help me create a meal that is a total of 700 calories, 40 to 50 grams of protein, and the rest split between carbs and some fat. The ingredients will be chicken, broccoli, can't spell broccoli, and jasmine rice. Please help me create a delicious, tasty meal. All right, so here you go. You got grilled chicken breasts, 6 ounces, gives you about 50 grams of protein, steamed broccoli, and jasmine rice. So total is about 500 calories, 50 grams of protein, and 3 grams of fat. Now, as you can see, I told to make it 700 calories, not 500 calories. So I could say modify this to get to 700 calories total, only increasing protein and fats. So 8-ounce chicken breast, and then we use a little bit of olive oil. Now we're at 803 calories, but 76 grams of protein and 18.5 grams of fat. Now it's overshot, but as you can see, you get the point. You can kind of go back and forth. Again, it's not perfect, but all you gotta do is say lower the protein back to 6 ounces. Now we're at 723 and boom, right? So again, it's not a perfect size, but you can easily use this to create your meals in the quantities you want. Now I've actually done this even kind of a deeper dive into ChatGPT and kind of gave it, hey, I want to eat 3,000 calories a day. These are my proteins, carbs, and fats. Give me a meal plan where I'm eating between 3 and 4 meals per day. And it actually gave me a full breakdown of different meals I can use, different meals I can make using those. And it was pretty easy. Now it did use a little bit of tweaking. So again, you do have to tweak it a little more, but it did work after a little bit of tweaking, kind of going back and telling it, hey, you're a little bit high, hey, you're a little bit low here, so on and so on. All right, so now let's finish up with the next clip of me in the kitchen. This actually took place last week because I was supposed to record this last week and I didn't. But basically I'm in the kitchen with the different meals that we have. And then I'll show you quick little clips of me making some of the turkey and the turkey pasta, and then we'll go from there. All right, so we did our food shop of the day. So we have enough food right now, probably for the next 2 or 3 days for what we eat. So we have our ground beef. We have a 9-10 ground beef, is what we generally eat. We have a little bit of ground pork, just for a little extra flavor. We don't eat this too often because it's very fatty. Then some ground turkey, not turkey breast, just ground turkey. Turkey breast is too dry. Chicken breast. And then for veggies, we got some broccoli. We have peas in the freezer right now. We also have a zucchini, which I already actually cut up for the video. And then carbs, sweet potatoes, jasmine white rice, jasmine white rice. This gluten-free brown rice pasta. I don't really care about the gluten-free part, but brown rice pasta. And then we have some garlic sauce, roasted garlic sauce, and spicy sauce for our pasta we're gonna make. And then we're also gonna do some taco seasoning on the other turkey. So what I'm gonna show you guys right now is basically cooking 2 pounds of ground turkey to make our pasta. And then we'll do 2 pounds of ground turkey that we're gonna use the spicy taco seasoning with. This will be a little separate, and then I'll show you guys how I weigh it all and separate it all based on what I need to eat based on what I eat from the meal prep calculator that I showed you before. So we'll do all that at the end, but let's kick it off. All right, so we got our turkey cooked now. We have our pasta, brown rice pasta right here. So I'm gonna add this into this, and then take these two and add it as well. we've cooked the turkey bolognese, we've cooked the turkey, we have our rice right here as well. And so I'm just gonna show you how I package it up. Just 2 meals, not gonna do the whole week's worth of meals. Just 2 for myself and for my great filmmaker, my fiance Natalie. We use these glass containers, plastic tops, but they have a nice kind of rubber seal. And it's glass, so it's nice. It's also portioned out, so you can put your veggies and carbs right there. Your meat's over here. So we're using these. We have our food scale as well, made by Taylor. Don't know who that is, but any food scale you buy online is great. So just have a food scale, makes life much easier. All right, so I'm gonna do this right now real quick. So for me, I need 12 ounces of turkey. I have it right here. 12 ounce turkey and 6 ounces of rice. So let me go and get my turkey. 12.3, look at that. So now for rice, I need 6 ounces of rice. So I'm going to zero it out again. Now it's back to 0. 6.4, take a little bit off. 5.9. Perfecto!
All that stuff is going
All
on.
kind of shit going on. There's lots of going on. So this right here is 6 ounces of rice and 12 ounces of turkey. So this is me for one day. And now for Natalie, she needs 6 ounces of turkey and 4 ounces of rice. So again, come over here, zero that out. 6.1. Man, I am really good at this. It's like I've done this before. All right, now 4 ounces of rice. So we're gonna zero it out again. 4 ounces of rice. You can also change this too, but for the sake of the video. So now this right here is one of her meals. Now we're gonna go to the pasta bolognese meals, which is our specialty. So for me, I need 12 ounces of this pasta mix. I'm back here, zeroed out. For Natalie, she needs 6 ounces. 6.2. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why you want to have a lot of muscle, so you can eat more. Because that looks like a little bit, but it's very filling because it's got carbs and protein in it. So now we have these 2 meals for the pasta, your turkey. Where's the camera at? Ah, there I am. All right. So what we do is basically just continue doing the same exact thing to distribute the rest. So use your scale, take some, put on the scale, make it work. Now, once you do this for 3 or 4 times, what? Oh, brilliant. Once you, sorry, all the distractions. Once you do this often, you don't really need to, keep measuring it. You could also, like, if I'm doing 4 more plates of this, I can just keep this out, knowing what it looks like, and then just, I don't need the scale again, right? So you can just make it quicker by just going back and forth and using this as your kind of measurement. So it doesn't be that tedious. But food scale is great. These containers are great. And that's all.